This episode of the Slander podcast is brought to you by my need to find a transcendental state that allows balance so I don't feel so fucking crazy all the time. But as usual, I'm here with Brad.
Hey, what's up, motherfuckers?
And it's been a productive week. We're snowed in. Fucking nothing to do. Classes got canceled tonight. Figured I'd do another one. Still riding a high from pumping out a bunch of shit yesterday. Wrote like 4 fucking papers and worked on a bunch of stuff, and then watched Austin Talk Live, and then chatted with them, and then did a podcast, then got that up on YouTube. It was just like from like 7 o'clock at night until 4 in the morning. I was just running and doing projects and hammering shit out. And then when I woke up today, I felt better, and I managed to get supplies, and I'm smoking shitty rolly tobacco right now, so that's a plus, if anything.
Absolutely. Nah, for what it's worth, man, I woke up with the typical, like midlife, and, immediately came in, jumped on social media and whatnot, and I saw that you had done a podcast. Well, you left me a fucking note, which was very nice, by the way. I saw that in the studio. So I jumped in and I put the headphones on, and I'm like, alright, so I started my day off with that shit, your last Slander, and, I gotta say, it definitely fucking shook me from my mood, because I woke up pretty fucking bitter myself, just like, and for no aimed at anybody or any circumstance, just a general sense of like, the fuck it's or whatever, and I'm kind of glad, I curse the fucking weather all the time and the snow, and I'm pretty pissy about being stuck in the northeast weather, but I gotta say, when it started coming down, it just gave me a better excuse to hole up. I got a bunch of painting done today. Like I said, the point was, I woke up and listened to your fucking podcast. I got off my ass after that, and I felt inspired, like, alright, instead of sitting here feeling sorry for my fucking self, I'm gonna do something today.
Well, yeah.
And I got into a project, and then that project led to another project, and so on and so forth. Next thing I knew, I was, like, on the phone, and I was doing business. And I just want to give you credit where credit's due. I started my day with a cup of Joe and some Slander, and bang,
Listen, I woke up and I grabbed a cup of coffee and I jumped on Facebook, and I found I got my responses from Todd Smith already. I got to get all that together. I haven't done that yet. Been busy. Had to make some other shit happen today. I woke up, sent out some emails, trying to work out a resume to get linked with official certifications I got through college. So when I go to apply, it's like, bam, fuck you. I'm qualified to be a manager, bitch. Qualified to be a manager, motherfucker. So just hire me as a cashier because I don't feel like doing anything. I'm so terrible. But I realize once you get into management, it's just a whole other set of fucking headaches that just compile, and everything's now your fucking fault. Yeah, I'm good on that. Listen, there's something about people looking to you and you being the guy and you making shit happen and, captain of the ship and shit, but it's not worth it. Not in the retail world anyway. I mean, in your own business, maybe. If you had your own company, you grew it, and you're passionate about your employees, probably be a sense of duty and fucking, like, an honorable quality to that, but...
Well, I hope you don't take offense to me saying this on here, but, like, I said to you before, like, you would make a fucking awesome car salesman, and you're like, I have sold cars. And, and, you've reminded me again and again, because I'm an old fuck, that I have sold cars. And I'm like,
I just hate the fucking hours.
Right.
They're ridiculous. They're like 12-hour days, 6 days a week. You still might have to come in on the 7th. Well, you can make bankroll, but you're selling your soul.
Make you either a great lawyer or a great car salesman. And my friend, you would make a great either or. And that's not in the
trick to being a car salesman. If you're really going to pursue that, you got to get good enough to make enough money to buy your own dealership, to make enough money to buy another. They make enough money, you buy it another way. Now you've technically franchised, and then what you do is you cash out and sell it to somebody, and boom, now you got a couple million, and you're done by the time you're like 45.
Fucking A. Now
the guy that taught me how to sell cars, that's what he did, and then he got hired by a professional company that like sends people around to train new people and shit, like certified. And the guy looked right at me. He's like, "You're gonna make a killing doing this." Yeah. And my only problem was my boss at Ferrari afforded what I talked about.
And that's what I was getting at.
But I was really fucking good at it.
Fucking A. And the only point is like obviously Slander is your passion, comedy and education and all these other things. So the point is like, why not suck on the tit of dealership Joe, you know, until you get your shit where you got it.
Yeah, but I would also take a retail job that
like,
offers slight
what
commission.
You just offered is an awesome idea for any young
Yeah, if I could do a
entrepreneur,
retail job that offers slight commission, no, it's not quite like car sales, but I can make decent money.
Right.
I'd do that because it's not as strenuous as trying to sell cars. Because if you're not producing, you're done. You're gone.
Yeah,
they're not going to keep
pretty
you.
Cutthroat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's killed. It'll be killed. And I'm not saying that I'm not up for it. I might go back to it just to help build this studio further.
Right.
You know, if I go back to it for a month or two, but that means I wouldn't be able to podcast because I'd be so fucking busy all the time. That's the trade-off, you know. So I'm trying to find something that can balance it out and keep this thing going.
Yeah, exactly. And like we talked about, you got dates coming up now, or you got some stand-up dates coming up. You're actually going to be hosting a show here soon that we can't really talk about the date yet, but you are going to be hosting a pretty big rock show. I'll just say that much. Slander Podcast is going to be hosting one of the biggest rock shows in the area. Holy shit, I just said that on air, and I'm happy as fuck about it. But that's going to be fucking cool. And so, yeah, you're going to need a job that has a little bit of lenience with, like, you know, your schedule. You got to roll in there and be like, look, this is my other job. You know, like,
yeah, but I'll just make myself available all the other time.
Like
Super
that,
flexible.
Just,
listen, if you show up to work and you're productive and you're good at what you do and you're really valuable when you, like, spend your 8 hours there, they're willing to work with you when you're like, listen, I need to make this happen, but I'm willing to trade this off. I used to get New Year's Eve off. I used to volunteer to work Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all the other shit. Just to get New Year's Day off, just to be like, listen, I would even be like, you can schedule me, just make it an afternoon shift. Don't make me come in at 9 a.m., man.
Mm-hmm.
Have a heart. I don't mind all the other holidays. I could give two shits about those. But, you know, I will indulge in the self-masturbatory act of New Year's Eve because it's fun. Sometimes you just need a reason to go crazy, and if that's the reason everybody's going to go crazy, take it for what it is. You can sit back and bitch about it and be all hipsterish, or you can fucking jump in and maybe have an experience and feel alive a little bit.
Yeah.
Instead of being some cynical prick that's just an observer.
Yeah.
Oh, shitting on people. That's what I do.
Yeah, shit, man. I mean, for all ages, too. Like, you know, one guy's idea of celebrating the new year might be another guy's idea, but
exactly, fucking creative.
The whole thing is, like, it should
fact. It's fact, Ricky.
It should be something to be fucking celebrated. It's a chance to fucking be like, yo, we taking this next one over, bitches. Like, 2014, motherfucker, this ours. You know, it's a time to say that kind of
thing. Yeah, no, this year, like, when I was, you know, I really did was, like, everything lined up with the fresh start on the new year for me because everything had come to a head and, you know, I had to make choices needed to be made, and here I am.
Out of the darkness into the light, you know?
I don't even know. I'm just fucking, it's all a blur. I don't care.
Through the wormhole.
Through the fucking time and space because none of it exists. And you know why my funny perceptions of time? It's because there's certain things you can do that actually really bend your perception of time. I've done things that make 3 minutes feel like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And, you know, just if you can mentally be that out of tune with it, then are you not just conditioned to the rules of this number system that we've created?
Right, that's why I paint and make music shit, because otherwise I'd go fucking mad. Literally mad, because like you said, turning hours into minutes, that's for me. Like, I'm not saying it's for everybody, like everybody's got to find their thing, but that's how you turn hours into minutes. Because sorry folks, you know, you don't have to take it gloomy, but
doom and gloom,
we're just kind of here and we haven't really figured out a reason why, so we just turn to the other and say, well, so what, we are, so do.
Well, no, like, just going back though to you talking about me selling stuff, that's something I like to emphasize to anybody. The strongest weapon or tool you'll ever have in this fucking life, especially if you're in America, is your ability to communicate. And the more diversity you have in that area, the better your odds are at succeeding, because you can have more options open to you. If you can communicate very well with others and be intuitive and not come across as counterfeit. The trick to selling shit, if you really want to know, the general public really wants to know, the trick to selling shit is just, it can't sound like a sales pitch. It's just gotta, you know, it just gotta be what it is.
And in turn, by saying that, if it can't sound like one, it can't be one, which means you have to have yourself you have to have your customer not only convinced, but yourself convinced that what you're doing is what is right by what you need to have done. And that's essentially what sales or talking.
Well, I mean, if you walk in,
getting your point across.
You're walking in
I'm
and
saying
you're
if you
looking
wanna
at
compare
price
selling cars
tags
to
on
employment-
TVs. You're obviously looking at it. So I just operate under the assumption that if I talk to you long enough, I'll hear what you want, and my job is to know what the stock and the models and how everything I'm selling functions is.
That's
And
how
I can make a
those
recommendation
fucking
based
hacks
on
make all
that.
money
And
off
if my
reading
recommendation
people's
is
minds and shit.
accurate, it pays rewards
Yeah.
because people will purchase it because it's what they were looking for.
Yeah.
It's a simple concept.
Yeah.
But most people are resistant to it and they think there's manipulation to be made and room for
Yeah.
fucking wiggle room and shit. And then, I mean, if you're a car salesman, you're automatically stigmatized. You walk out, people flinch. We're just looking, just browsing. Obviously, you're interested in the cars, unless it's like young kids.
Oh, as far as like sales people are concerned, I mean, look, they're as stereotypes go, they get lumped in. Like I said, with like lawyers and stuff. One of my very best friends, aside from yourself, happens to be a lawyer. But lawyers in general get that like, oh, lawyer, like it's some. But it's like, yo, man, it's a fucking profession, bro.
It is.
It's a dealing with.
I'm not gonna
certain
find
thing.
happiness in it though.
For you, right? Just like psychology, I started off on the heavy foot towards I'm gonna be a psychologist, and then I got halfway through where I am at in college now, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm gonna be a philosopher. Now I'm pretty much at fuck that, I'm just gonna be me.
I just know there's options because I've done things at different places of employment where my sales numbers were fucking ridiculous. Like I would post regional shit that statistics where I'm being talked about on like the district fucking uppity call. Everybody knows what that is. If you work retail, you know what I'm talking about when you're store manager or whatever, it's disappear for an hour on Monday and talk to all the big wigs and shit. And his district manager and that dude's boss. And
it's all scaffolding.
Yeah,
everything's scaffolding.
But if my name's being brought up because of my 1.8 close rate for customers, and the fact that I broke records on how individual days how many we sold, I've done that for different retail corporations and stuff. I know I'm fucking good at it, and I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I just don't.
Well, I came whipping out of the bathroom the other day with some wild hypothesis. Like, there's bean counters, and then there's people that aren't bean counters. And at the time, of course, it made a whole lot of sense to me, and I explained it to you. And
you're like, I completely had the context in my head, but now that I say it out loud, that might it could be taken the wrong way.
Yeah, but I'm like, look, there's these statistical analysis motherfuckers that want to try to squeeze every fucking dollar out of anything they find appealing, and then there's those of us who just do things we find appealing, and then just enjoy the.
Listen, I've tested myself already in this life. I've gotten by on my own wit and motivation. I've gotten by with just my own fucking perception. Just plugging into a work environment, seeing it for what it is, and knowing what's needed, being that need. I see the need. I emphasize their need for that, then I fill that need, and then I'll leapfrog positions. I've done it multiple times.
Yeah.
I beat out at Walgreens when I worked at Walgreens. I got the assistant manager job, in which leapfrogs 2 positions from where I was. 1 to begin with. 2, I was probably the only candidate without a fucking college degree. 3, I was the 13th interview and the last of them, out of 12 before me. Mm-hmm. And my interview went for an hour and 45 minutes. And I got put through rigorous questions and scenarios. And
Dude, you're making me sick in my mouth.
I came out of that interview though, and within 4 hours I had the job though. That guy was an anal retentive fucker that interviewed me. Came out was like, this is the kid. And I was like, fuck yeah. I knew I was going to get that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, if you allow me just a moment.
Yeah.
Anyone who is working a job, a 9 to 5 is the quote unquote, whatever, your job, I give you a lot of credit. Now, Cody mentioned something on his last podcast. This sparked something with me personally. And that is, I just want to address the fact that I do enjoy my life, and I feel rather blessed that I'm able to spend time on art and music and education and stuff like that, and have mostly my needs met. But to those of you out there doing the grind and really like what Cody's describing, situations
selling
where,
your soul,
situations
letting
where,
Satan ass fuck you for a pittance of a salary, and if you
Yeah.
grind out the 50 years with their 401k, it probably won't be there anyway when you get there. That kind of shit.
It's almost like I was told by somebody recently that I wasn't allowed to feel for the working class because I wasn't part of it or something. And it kind of offended me. Like, you know what?
What that you can have, you can't have
I
empathy
can't
for
have
other
empathy,
people.
and or not only empathy, I can't take some of my free time and maybe donate it to maybe perhaps changing the ideas of the way our current system works, which basically fucks man and women right in the
Just
anal
fist fucks the shit out of you.
place. The anal place.
The anal place.
I think they call it the asshole.
Listen. Your average, if you come from like areas like we do, there's nothing but state jobs and retail jobs, and it's awful. And if you're lucky, maybe you get a factory job, but that blows twice as hard because you fucking put your body through hell. Again, why am I a bad person for saying that a guy working? I don't want to be a guy working at the steel mill because that job would suck and be hard and
Right,
it's fucking
empathy.
dangerous.
Yeah, you have empathy.
Why am I a bad fucking guy for saying that?
Right, because you're not out there fucking slaving away like I am.
And no, the context of which I just said it. The context of which I just said that shit though. Like I fucking
Excuse me.
I'm saying is if somebody would be like, why don't you do that for your employment if you're unemployed? That's gonna be my response. I'm not actively out there going to guys who work those jobs and going, you're fucking stupid and you shouldn't work this job. I don't do that. Why? I don't have the fucking time and I'm not an asshole.
It's the same.
But
point
if
you
somebody
made
wants
with
to come
the
at me
troops last
sideways and
night
why I
on the
won't take a job at
podcast,
Kennedy
man.
Valve to pay the bills,
Yeah.
they can go fuck themselves. People die doing that shit.
Yeah.
And you're not paying me enough to die.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I know that danger's all relative, but at the place where it's statistically at a higher level because of the nature of the work, yeah, okay, maybe you might want to consider that shit.
What number are we on?
12.
12. All right. Well, whatever. Your last.
Baker's dozen.
One? Sweet Baker's dozen. With the Baker Ranch. Anyway, your last one there, motherfucking dude. The rant you went on about troops and so on, and supporting them and thus or there.
Oh, yeah, that's like,
And I'm
yeah,
not
tell them
gonna
not to
co- I'm not
fucking,
gonna-
tell them not to fucking join if you want to support them.
Yeah, it's the same with like the working class. You know, like don't hate on me because I'm trying to find my own way outside of
The framework.
the fucking corporate box.
The thinking that got you in the
know.
problem never gonna get you out of it. We all fucking know that. It's baseline problem solving. If you were to take a class on it, they would probably lead with that shit.
But they love to sell it. Well, you should just be happy that you have it as you do. You have no right to bitch, and it's like I'm bitching
You
for
should
like
be
all
grateful.
humanity.
You should be
I'm
grateful
not
for
just
the
bitching for Brad
for
Baker.
the fucking
I'm not that
disgusting
fucking
little amount of
self-centered.
table scraps we throw you to keep you placated from like storming the gates and hanging people.
And that's just
Just
America,
keeping us
folks.
just enough.
Let's look at the whole world as a whole. Let's look at our whole humanity as like a species instead of like separated like fucking cultures and shit. And let's really take a look at like what we allow things to go on, the shenanigans and such, where we allow sickness and poor and people to be, and yet religion is so fucking hierarchy and full of bloated money and bullshit. They could solve a bunch of problems. They're not practicing what they fucking preach. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a whole world that could be
Yeah.
saved with a lot of that.
It's like,
gold,
yeah, for real.
a lot
Like,
of
I'm
that
so
money,
beyond the
a lot
religion
of that
argument anymore.
fucking- I know. I'm sorry.
It's just
bro.
fucking dead to me. Because it's like I realized this so long ago because the way
I
it was
know.
brought up. No.
Yeah. I'm
You
just
know, I
trying
mean,
to
like,
shed
I
the-
look
I'm
at
trying to
religion.
shed the
I've already
glass,
done it on
man.
this podcast, so I've talked about it. Like, I've equated it to religions were the first forms of government. And that's my view of it, and I've accepted it, and then I've moved forward in history from there. I'm done harping on it.
Yeah.
And you know, religion is declining at a rapid rate, and there are projections that it'll be completely gone within like 20 years or some shit.
You're right.
Which is
The-
great.
they
Fucking
say the
hooray.
pews are empty
About
now
fucking
and all that
time.
shit.
I'll live to see the death of religion. That'd be fucking cool. That's the reason to stick around, just to be like, go fuck yourselves, you fucking sheeple.
Black, white, yellow, green, neon orange. I don't care what color or creed once that shackle is removed, like many have throughout history, we are going to find ourselves in a new age of what I hope we can start to communicate on a new level, because we have shed the shackles of man's feeble attempt to explain why
It's impossible to
we're
ignore
here.
the fact that we don't know what's
Let's
going on.
get over it, folks. We don't know why we're here. Let's all agree there's no way no one can know. So let's
Yeah.
just fucking work shit out and stop throwing bombs at each other for the name of God. Or Allah, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I think it's horse shit. And I've seen enough kids die and get their legs blown off to make me angry. And I'm sorry if you find that offensive. I find it offensive that in the name of fucking flags and religion, we have people who could potentially make art, music, or something awesome happen with their lives, or a new movie, but instead, now they're fucking pieces of flesh thrown at some fucking fundamentalist bullshit idea. Fuck that. I refuse to accept it as the normal.
No, religion is just a spice to the pot to justify war. Really, war is just a profit machine that creates economy and commerce and fucking. There's money to be made. So, from that, you just pepper it with religious zeitgeist and propaganda, constructed news reports. And, the CIA at one point said we're going to put out false news articles to throw them off our track, talking about the enemy. But literally what they just did was say we're going to put out fake news reports and fucking lie to you. Mm-hmm. And you didn't even bat an eye. Yeah, America, good job. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for letting this world go to shit. What the fuck? Where were you?
And that could be directly after coming home from college to catch the news after history class. What a mindfuck that is, to come home from a college history course, catch the news, the national, international news, and even not consider for a moment, oh my God, they're at it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's nutty. It's so obvious, man.
No, I know. It's well, that's why people said no to Syria. It was just like, come on, we're not that fucking retarded. I'm glad that statement was made. Give me it's like a candle in like a cavern, whatever. But it's a little bit of shimmer of we still have something.
Old man's heart.
No, we still have some integrity.
There'll be some 80-year-old fundamentalist standing next to said candle, bent over his pants down, going,
dangling.
I'm gonna fart this candle out with all my hatred. Poof.
Yeah. We just need old fuckers to die.
I can't accept change, goddammit. People are supposed to be separated.
See, what we need to do is just everybody start talking like how me and him are talking right now. And that way when all the old fuckers just, disappear and die, we can just take shit over. And then we'll find out who's really running the world, maybe. Go to war with them. Private armies and shit. I there's possibility for some fucking ugliness coming. Some serious groundbreaking shit is about to go down in America. And nobody's even remotely ready for it. There's a
generation of old that's awesome. They're just not heard of. They're probably in homes and
they're not in charge.
They're not being heard.
They're not in charge. I know them. That's the difference. I don't know the guy that's sitting in a senator's seat down in Washington.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know a guy that's in his 60s like that. But I know a guy in his 60s that worked at the fucking paper mill all his life or some shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, he's a good guy. You see him when you have a beer whenever you see him or some shit like that. I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not talking about that. I hope people can differentiate. I'm not saying all old people need to die.
Right. I decided to make it a clarification. I just wanted to be real clear. Like,
some old people are
man,
cool
I'm
as
getting
fuck.
old, so by proxy, if I said fuck old people,
I'm not gonna go out children of the corn and be like, when you hit 50, we just off. Just get shot and thrown in a pit.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, there's some cultures today that actually still do that. Their children take the parents out to basically just put them to. Basically, let them.
Yeah, but they're like at the end of their life.
They let them into the wild.
They're like old.
Yeah. Oh,
old,
I know. I
old.
understand.
They're not like
it's a respect.
They're
thing.
not just like taken out at like
Yeah.
a certain age, which could be premature. It's like they wait until
Right.
it's the right time, and then they take them out and
Exactly.
let them die in the wilderness.
Yeah.
It's like Eskimos, right?
Right. It's like Old Yeller.
Are you allowed to say Eskimos, or is it like some other thing? It
I
says
was
indigenous
not
people.
saying Eskimos because I had the same question.
Fuck, I can't remember. Is that offensive? If anybody's an Eskimo and you're listening, I'm sorry.
Yeah, drop us a comment. Tell us how to
And
say
again,
it right.
and again,
'cause
if I got a listener that's an Eskimo,
I wanna
you're
learn.
weird. Good for you.
Yeah.
Go you.
Eskimos are awesome as far as I'm concerned. If I'm saying that wrong, every Eskimo I've ever read about or seen, as far as I know, I'm like totally. I'd hang out.
I'm just all right.
Hey, no, listen. I'm gonna keep going with this in a positive direction. We were talking about Native Americans earlier, and how I feel a connection there or whatever. And before we get all tie-dye T-shirts here, let me just clarify. What I'm talking about is a state of mind. Just that before we colonize here, virally, I believe there was a state of mind and consciousness and being, from what I've read of Native American culture, that I'm not saying.
I just try not to think about Indians because it's a really depressing topic.
Boy, you said Indians. That's something totally different. They're from a different country, right?
Well,
That's
no,
India.
people call Native Americans.
All right.
You call them Indians. Listen, whatever. I didn't fucking like
I mean, I
rape
grew up
and
playing
pillage
Cowboys
and
Indians,
assassinate
too.
a shitload of a population. So
Yeah,
I'm saying
see,
why
I
I
have a
don't
lot
want to
of-
think about
I
it
have a lot
because
of
it's just
self-white
fucking gross.
hatred.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
not focus on the really ugly negative aspects of how we got where we got.
It's
When you look
funny.
at the history of us and
Yeah.
how we got to where we are today, it is not fucking pretty. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not some romanticized tale of how humanity has strived to become the pinnacle of what it means to be alive in the universe.
Yeah.
No.
If anyone was to look
It's
at
a
me
lot
and
of
be like,
charcoal smoke, bullets being pulled out of people losing limbs,
yeah.
gutting people for fucking sport,
No, if anyone was
killing
to look at me
animals
and be
because we're
like,
fun.
Bradford James Baker, you're a fucking racist, I'd say, yeah, white people suck. You know what I
I'm
mean?
racist against anybody that's white.
Yeah. No, that was a little tip off.
White people are the ones I don't trust.
That was a
White
tip
people,
off
you
to my
can't trust
boy
white
Peter
people.
Steele. Rest in peace.
White people are
Typo
crazy.
negative. Kill all the white people. Kill all the white people. If you've never heard that Typo negative song, it's awesome.
Eh,
Kill all the white people.
I get it, but
I know it's tongue in cheek. It's humor.
I know,
It's like,
but I just don't care that much.
Nah, you don't care.
No, well, I mean, like, trust me.
Pathetic bastard.
Listen. The shadiest, craftiest motherfuckers that get over on you are white people.
But
They always have been historically. They're the ones in charge. Old white dudes. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, they're
Listen,
dust,
I'm aware of the evilness
they're
of being a
dust-
white guy.
They're dust bags, man.
You feel that evil roll up in you every now and then as a white man.
Basically, when I turn on like
Now we sound racist. Jesus Christ.
well,
How do we get here?
when I turn on C-SPAN, basically what
You
I
turn on C-SPAN? Oh my god.
Shut up. Let me
Ugh.
fucking finish. Shut up. When I turn on C-SPAN,
What?
I basically what I see is like when you change out the bag on your vacuum cleaner, it's like a bunch of those kind of strung up in front of different microphones. Just like the leftover vacuum bag dust. And so basically, that's pretty much what's going on as far as like. But I watched some British Parliament government the other day on
Ugh.
television. Now that I
I
found
can't watch any of that shit.
Dude, it was entertaining. If you can watch fucking something
No,
American is fucking wrestling, or even MMA, I swear to God,
I don't watch that either.
Watch Parliament.
I really just don't watch anything
Dude, their
anymore.
leader is right in the room. Like it could be all shenanigans, fake. I understand
Yeah.
that, but it's fun to watch them. Hey, well, fuck you, Bob. I believe the river should go this way. Hey, no, it should go this way, right hand. And it's fucking great. It's like they're
I know.
really hashing it out.
I get it. But theirs is a show too. All governments are a show.
Our government's so fucking slow, though. I'd rather turn it on and see it at that pace, like the stock market. Yeah, fuck that. Marijuana's fucking awesome. It hasn't killed anyone. Sign up on it. All right, next, Bob. Okay, no, everything's all, I don't know, man. Pot is scary. After all, people have been saying it since back when.
It's because we have a scary amount of resources at our disposal, and if we were to use them the correct way, we could completely change the world tomorrow if we wanted to, because America's in that position to do so.
Bam.
So go fuck yourselves with your politics.
There's your answer right there, folks. Marijuana is illegal because it poses a threat to the current energy system, which runs on a bunch of old ideals, and there is new ideals available.
And as far as alternative
and
energies and fuels go, that entire
totally
economy
shut
could
on
be
and
replaced
shit
tomorrow
on
by
and
fucking
shut
hemp
forth.
oil. We were talking about with Ash.
Shoved
Fucking
out.
plants could save us in
Yeah.
the energy crisis. Plants. And you want to pull some shit out of the ocean that could fucking kill the entire ecosystem. Yeah, I'm the asshole.
We talked about a
Okay.
gel that you can paint on the side of your house, and it's part of the code. And if you paint your side of the house with that certain gel, they wire it to the grid.
Yeah.
I mean, why the fuck not? Why
If
not?
I ever do
program?
purchase a home,
What
which I
the
doubt I
fuck?
will.
Why not have those programs running now?
Yeah, I mean, if I ever
I
did
just
purchase a
don't
home,
get
I
it.
doubt I will, but it'd be like some like earth-friendly, like self-sustaining one. So if the shit ever hits the fan, she's just good to go.
Yeah. I mean,
You're like one of those
to
zombie
go
complex
totally
buildings.
off the grid, fuck
Built,
yeah,
you
brother.
get down the shutters. Fuck all
Oh,
y'all, Fort
yeah.
Knox, motherfucker. No, you gotta go underground. No, I don't want to live underground. That would suck. Sitting here theoretically, you always gotta go to the end of the world, right? I mean, we just naturally go there as a people.
I like.
This is the era of the big disaster of the world
Excuse me,
movies.
Yeah, it's true. I like to think of myself going out in kind of the Hunter S. Thompson kind of way, not in the suicidal.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a shotgun in my mouth and be like, I'm done. Bam.
Not with the gun part, just the slowly, gracefully growing old part. Like, I like the whole. I romanticize with the idea of the ranch, and it's out where you can fire all the fucking guns you want. You can shoot off fireworks. You can fucking light giant bonfires millions of miles away from everything. That, for me, folks, sounds mighty fine way to just roll into Insanityville old age, and then whatever happens next, you know.
I
like
can't
that.
even conceive that far out in my
That's
life.
because you're not 38 yet, and I am.
No,
And it's
just
scary.
no, everything that's led me through my first 26 years on this planet.
Yeah, so you still get
is so
to say
fucking
22.
weird in itself,
You lucky bastard.
and it's just escalating exponentially.
I wish I
From
could
day
say
one,
22
it's
in front
been
of my
weird,
age.
convoluted misconceptions and bad timing and different things spawning, forcing me down weirder paths to survive. And then I don't know where the fuck this is going, but it's going somewhere.
My 20s were fucking awesome, brother. I was embarking on a tour of the United States with a rock and roll band. It was epic and legendary in every
what I'm saying.
fucking
I'm
way
gonna, like,
imaginable.
Buy a van and I'm gonna be hitting the road and just doing shit everywhere. See if I can't get work and just make
Hell
50
yeah.
bucks a
I
night.
salute
I
you.
don't give
my-
a fuck. I'll
my
be a
friend.
weekend warrior.
Do it.
Why not? It's the only time. It's the only way you're gonna get good at anything is just go out there and fucking do it.
That's it. I would highly recommend the experience.
I hate how
to
simple
anybody.
some of the answers to shit are because it's so condescending as to how regressive we are currently. Like what's encouraged and what you're supposed to do in the conventional dynamic.
Yeah.
Big words make me sound smart. Sorry.
No,
I
that's cool.
hated myself there really quick. I feel like such a douche saying those words. But it's true.
No, it's what I think the whole thing is, man. It all right, look. Admittedly, I suffer from the feeling of being boxed in, so to speak. Okay.
Pigeonhole.
Pigeonholed in any way, shape. Now let your imagination run wild for a minute and think of just the idea of being boxed. Okay. So with that being said, I feel inclined always to break down whatever the metaphorical box is. I'm constantly, metaphorically, with a sledgehammer, breaking the walls down and being like, fuck that, because that's the feeling I'm under most of the time. Now, some may say, well, that sounds like a shitty existence.
Essentially, what we're describing is
Well-
life is like the game Mousetrap. You better hope you don't get caught.
Oh, boy, man, you know how to really end a good one. That's nice. It's true and sad. And very sad, too.
Hope the cage doesn't drop on
Every
you.
time I die song should kick on right now, you know. Glowing at the glass, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucking, oh,
Weird.
God.
Yeah. All the world is a cage and we are animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably at the glass. House broken. Declawed. Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
People, there's some weird shit out there. This is the age of the weirdo. Freak party. Hashtag freak
Wave
party.
that motherfucking flag, bitches.
Yeah, man, let that freak flag fly. I mean, you're less likely to get run over by the jocks for being a weirdo nowadays. I mean, that still exists in some parts of the country. I'm sure Southern style, where like football reigns supreme on Friday night, you're probably at risk of being a weird, druggy
weird.
fucking psychonaut. So, you know, be careful if you're in like Texas and that's your, you know, I feel for that motherfucker. That would suck. I'm glad we are where we're from.
Hey Cody, would it be weird if I wore a shirt that said "Get Weird"?
Get weird.
I don't know, man. And a hat that matched.
Just get
the hat said "Get" and the shirt said "Weird."
Just get the Hunter S. Thompson quote. If you're gonna be weird, you gotta get paid for it. Otherwise, you're gonna get locked up.
Damn straight.
That's the mind fuck, people.
I'm gonna interrupt for a second because this is one of my favorite songs by the band Queens of the Stone Age, off the album Era Vulgaris.
What are you going into, like a DJ voice?
Fuck yeah. This is my apparent DJ voice. Welcome to BRAD. Now you tuned into bullshit, and more bullshit. On top of bullshit with a lot of echo.
Here to play the hits where we were paid to air them. Because we're fucking grimy cunts. Instead of just doing putting music out of an altruistic form of just the love of it. Yeah. You're like, no, you're gonna pay me and hope I play it on my successful state. No, what a douchey way to conduct business.
Now, see, I'm promoting this because I actually it. Because I actually want people to go out and buy this fucking album. Yeah. Because I think it's worth it. Because I think the man behind this, Josh, there's his voice, see? Ooh. It's worth it.
Yeah, no, it's worth swanky.
It's worth it.
I think it's the word you use is swanky.
I love it. Yes. It's got that swanky groove. Josh and his swanky groove.
It's good to have different styles of music for different moods, people. If you're a complex person and you're self-aware, you're going to have a wide variety of days. So you got to have music to fit all and ranges from electronica to rap to this kind of music to maybe metal to whatever.
I'm sorry, I need the garbage. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. Pick that up on Mike.
Yeah, unavoidable, sorry.
Listen to the lung cancer as it happens before your ears, people.
No, I think I just spit out 3 fresh years now. I'm good. I got 3 more. Oh, yay.
I just bought myself some fucking time.
I just hocked up some time, baby.
But we're going to take a quick break because I need more coffee. Because I got cotton mouth like a motherfucker. Cheap cigarettes and caffeine, people. You know, white trash, small town survival kit. We're back.
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yeah, whatever that was.
You didn't know I started taking up yodeling classes, did you? I figured I can't sing for shit. I might as well try yodeling.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Oh, this is way too much fun, folks. Don't try this at home. You might die of fun.
Yeah. I know. It's hard to wrap your head around the concept of having fun and what that used to mean to you. But, I miss the days of being 16, jumping in a car, you make your night happen, living by the seat of your pants. Just fucking doing whatever. There's something to that.
Oh, fuck.
You lose that explorer spirit along the way somewhere.
Yeah. I remember waking up mornings, still fucking hammered as all hell. And my mom, looking at me going, so-and-so almost hit you with their van last night over on Water Street. And I'm like, huh? I'm not dead. I'm here.
Yeah, how about a little credit?
Yeah, almost. I missed.
Just say I wasn't the one that made it not happen.
Yeah, maybe that jackass should have watched where he's fucking going.
Maybe I was like drunken monkey with my fucking reflexes. You ever think of that?
the police officer that pulled me over.
I get that kind of balance when I'm fucking lit.
He looked at the
controllers
like I'm going
and he was
down,
like,
but I dance how do you drive this fucking thing?
Hey. It ain't all pretty. I've got some not so glamorous moments on my fucking record.
No. I've been carried up the front ramp by a sheriff out of my wheelchair. Yep. Thank you, Sheriff, whatever your name was, for not putting me in a jail cell. I appreciate it. That was very kind.
I remember getting out of my friend's car at my parents' house. It was like 10:30 at night on a Friday. And I was already gone. And I was tripping hard on stuff. And I shut the car door and I pushed off it and just fell backwards into the grass and laid there for about 20 minutes. And my mom started screaming at me. She thought I was just drunk and I just went with it. I'm like, yep, I'll go to bed.
It's kind of like
got scolded the next day.
Kind of like how we found you at Nick's Dive last summer.
Yeah.
Go there. All of a sudden his body just sits up out of the field I'm right here. That was
It's like,
fucking
yo,
great.
sometimes you just need to lay the fuck down.
Yeah, just doing like you said, what the grass angels or whatever.
Yeah, man, just embracing it.
Yep.
Steering into that fucking curve.
Looking into the cosmos.
Like anybody at that fucking festival's really judging me with all the crazy shit that's going on.
Oh, that's what's the best about Nick's Doc. Get your freaky on.
Yeah, man.
There ain't no fucking
Most people are
rules,
just gonna
yo.
assume you're on something and enjoying it. Especially if
Just
I talk
don't
to you
be an
completely coherently
asshole.
when you walk by me. You know, you went by me, you're like, Cody. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, I mean, I was there. It's just. Listen, people.
I'm
sometimes,
sorry. I got days.
Sometimes
because,
I get
yo,
caught
I'm thinking
up
about
going
Nick's
deep.
Doc, man. I know we talk about it all the
I
fucking time, but
know.
dude, I went mesmerized zone. Like, it's that kind of fucking fun, people. I wouldn't sell you a piece of shit. I've done 20 of these. I've headlined most of them with my band, or not my band, the band, or whatever, a band. Anyway, they're fucking.
We play music.
It's
sound
one of the
comes
fucking
out.
coolest things
beer.
you'll ever do. Go do it. Like, go
Beer,
get a
pussy
goddamn
dick,
babysitter.
go-karts,
Tell your fucking job
whatever the
that
fuck you
June.
want.
Tell your job that the fucking date of Nick Stock is off the fucking charts now because it's not until June. Get the day off. Get a fucking babysitter and treat yourself if you even
Let's
will.
rage,
Fucking
motherfuckers.
get away from your regular life for a weekend.
Rage.
I implore you.
Whoring ourselves out for money.
It's fun times,
No,
man.
I'm kidding.
It's
Kidding. We ain't making
fucking
a dime on this
epic.
fucking podcast.
Fucking it's fucking shit. We were just laughing because as I came in from the fucking other room, my wheelchair currently sounds like a bucket of bolts more than anything else. If I had money,
I said it
believe
sounded like a
me.
broken power wheel.
Yeah.
Wheel was like digging into the side of it or something.
Everywhere I go, I'm haunted by this. And that's my wheelchair, folks. And so I ain't
Just
making
groaning
money.
in protest.
Yo, I need help, bitches.
Yeah.
I am.
Somebody wants to donate a wheelchair to this
Yeah. Alright, no. This is not turning into a fucking telethon.
Jerry
They
Lewis
tried to make me
telethon.
do that when I was 8, and I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. No, I'm just kidding. That was great.
Feel free to send me money, people.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
My wheelchair is falling apart.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Fuck it. I'm glad I got this shit and other shit. Cool shit.
Yeah.
Shit I can call my own shit. Shit I like to look at that's other people's shit. Where's my lighter and shit?
Fucking snagging it on you over here.
Thanks,
We're just
dude.
letting the dare roll. Nah. So, feels like this is all just steamrolling into shit. I feel like I'm very close to having a vehicle on the road.
Fuck
Traveling
yeah.
a little bit.
Freedom, freedom.
Be up and going soon.
Free cell phones and cars for everyone,
Free cell phones and cars for
so
everyone.
they can get jobs and actually like feel good and then be able to have some free time to do the things they really love.
Yeah.
Does that make me a communist or something? I don't know. I don't keep up with politics anymore. Either.
There's
Like,
some.
it's all
I saw
bullshit.
something about the
I'm done
government
with it.
supposedly
Fuck
building
it.
like a 4G
Fuck it all.
network across the nation that you'll be able to access for free. Which, hey, free internet.
Yeah.
Everybody should have access, but maybe there's
I
restrictions
believe
because of what they're running it. Who knows? It's probably the perfect way for the NSA to fucking get you.
Oh, God forbid. We're going to use some fear tactics. Those homeless people are Vietnam vets. Some of them are crazy enough to be hackers. We wouldn't want them in the power of the fucking internet. You fucking fear-mongering old fuck. Get out of my face. Let's start helping people get up off their fucking hind legs and standing upright like normal human beings. You know what I mean? For crikey fucking sake, alright.
I'm just saying, we shouldn't take life so goddamn seriously. Rolling up, fuckers. Relax, do your thing. Don't let any of that shit really bog you down. We're just repeating shit we talked about all the time. Fuck.
It's the philosophy of life.
Gotta jumpstart. I need more coffee. That's what I need, but I have it. Don't worry. I don't need to pause it. I got
Alright, fuck
coffee.
it. You know what? I'm gonna interview you, bitch. When do you suspect your interview with Todd Smith, the great legendary Todd Smith of Dog Fashion Disco, will make some kind of an appearance?
Within the next day or two.
Yeah.
Depending on how things work out. And
I'm asking as a
scheduling.
fan because I'm really excited about that shit.
Yeah. No, within the next day or two.
That's
as soon as I can really get into it and get it done.
Awesome. That was huge. That was really cool. And
and for him to take the time to talk to me and just be cool and accept my friend request and just answer a couple basic, just do like 5 kind of broad questions, which left room for him to like kind of answer in detail. And I'll kind of give a little background and then a conclusion about what's going on. But their current project looks like their shit looks really promising. Their next steps forward.
Yeah.
I think we're on the verge of seeing an explosion for DFD. I really think it's their time to you know what I mean?
They're being very smart about it, put it that way.
Yeah.
You know,
they are their
the
own
times I've talked to
master.
Todd, you know, they're taking a really logical approach at what is now becoming a new, don't get all ick on me, but it's just a word, business of, media and
Get all
art
ick.
and creativity. And my bros and Jason, Stab, the rest of them, Wendy, all you guys, man. I give you all props because you're doing it the smart way.
I'm kidding.
It's the new way. It's the new breed of
be self-sustaining.
Of self-sustainability.
Cut the middleman out, man. Run your own shit
and get to it. Yeah.
This is the era. That's the beauty of the internet. It's calling for a new dynamic and a new approach. And I think through interconnectivity and branching out and supporting each other, if like-minded people find each other's podcasts and stuff interesting and they branch out and they help each other to network, then nothing but positive things are gonna come for that. It's just gonna help everybody overall create sort of a community and a sense of like a vibe and current social climate. You're kind of like artificially creating a broader one for people to listen to and be a part of and like listen to.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And the thing is not like, you always have to remind me because I do jump the gun. I get a little too serious about my projects. Admittedly, people that work with me know this. I have to be reminded to like enjoy the experience of creativity and media, if you will. And sometimes like once you get your head in, like it's hard to remain willy-nilly because you feel like you've got to focus in a certain direction. And it's nice to have people around. Like Slander, I just called you like by name. Here, take this. It's cool having this thing going on because it's a nice friendly reminder, to like, man, once you start taking shit a little too seriously, you start to miss the fucking whole point that you started off with in the beginning, The thing that, like, I've been through several different bands and that's what happens. It's like, it starts off as this beautiful, who cares what it sounds like, to by the end of the road, it's everyone's fighting over what it should sound like, and that's why again, Fanboy and Todd and Jason and the boys, how they've been able to maintain after all of these years and still to put out such great fucking music. It's a phenomenon, man. And I think it's because they have that understanding. I think they understand that the seriousness and how much to take, but how far to take it, And they're doing awesome because they're just getting it done. No fear. Brass tacks. Whatever you want to fucking call it.
Well, this entire thing for me is my first experience down any kind of creative project. So for me personally, this is all fresh. Everything I'm doing is new. Just taking it as it comes. Rolling with punches. Letting shit happen. Not taking it too seriously.
Yep.
Sorry for the dead air there.
No, somebody was asking me a question outside the mics, and that happens sometimes.
Yeah, no, I
got pulled aside.
I got
just
confused.
Like I gotta, fucking whatever.
I get distracted easily.
But we are gonna wrap this one up soon because I've got some other things I'm working on. Finishing some other projects, and I know Cody is as well, so
Okay.
Like, he hates when I do that. He hates it. I don't know why. I set him up to finish out.
Oh no!
Sorry,
Just
bro.
the dead air. It just derailed me. My train of thought. That's all.
Just fucking pause it.
I had a thought and I just lost it. That's all.
All right.
But no, people. This is what it is. We're just gonna keep putting them out. Hopefully, get to talk to some cooler people soon. Said it a million times. I don't know. Be easy. Just stay away from anything that's gonna fuck you up as usual. I'm advocating responsible navigation because it's possible, and it really is just common sense. So take it for what it's worth.